The Capital One ventureX premium credit card is one of the best premium credit card of 2024 that still stand out against competition. There are so many premium credit card out there, such as the American Express Gold and Platinum card, the Chase Sapphire Reserve and Preferred. However, the Capital One ventureX offers some perks and benefits that I believe you should review in this video, and you should definitely know about it. So please consider subscribing, hit the like button, and well, let's just get right into it. First thing first, I will give you 6 different reasons why the Capital One ventureX really stand out against the American Express Platinum and the Chase Sapphire Reserve. And so to really show you this perspective of what I'm exactly talking about, I will just get started with the first point, which is the welcome bonus. The Capital One ventureX offer you 75,000 points by spending $4,000 in the first 3 months. Compare this to the American Express Platinum card to get 80,000 points, which seems to be 5,000 points more. However, you gotta spend $8,000 within the first 6 months. Now, if you were to compare the same thing to the Chase Sapphire Reserve, you actually get 60,000 points by spending the exact same amount of $4,000 in the first 3 months. So right off the bat, the ventureX is literally the winner based on the current offers of 2024 that are still out there. Remember, these offers can change all the time. Number 2, the annual fees. The Capital One ventureX, it does have an annual fee of $395 annual fee, but let's just compare first to the American Express, which comes up with the whopping $695 annual fee, and the Chase Sapphire Reserve of $550 annual fee. However, here's where it gets really interesting. You get $300 statement credit by booking your travel to your Capital One travel portal. And on top of that, you also get a 10,000 bonus point, which is worth $100 every single year on the anniversary date, which means if you get a $300 statement credit plus $100 of anniversary point, that's total about $400, which in reality, the Capital One actually pays you $5 every single year just so you can hold the card. But if you compare it to the American Express Platinum card, the fee is about $695, although there's some perks that is subject for another video, and the Chase Sapphire Reserve has $550 worth of fees every single year. In this case, the ventureX costs you nothing except it actually pays you to own the card. Number 3, here's the third reason why. Authorized users. Authorized users are basically anybody. It could be a friend, it could be a child, it could be a partner, anybody that you would like to authorize to the account so they can be able to start spending using your credit card, having their own pretty much credit card under the same account as you have, and to be able to have the exact same perks. And in this case, the Capital One ventureX allows you to have up to 4 authorized users for free without any additional cost to you. But if you compare this to the American Express, you gotta pay $195 per platinum authorized user and $75 for the Chase Sapphire Reserve. That right there, the Capital One ventureX is clearly the winner. And speaking of authorized user, they do have the same exact benefit as the premium card holder. And I'm going to explain why. When it comes to global lounges, with the ventureX, you get to bring yourself, of course, in a lounge if you're traveling anywhere else, and you get to bring 2 additional guests for free. But on top of that, every single authorized user get the exact same benefit. So if one of the authorized user has the card and they are traveling on their own travel that has nothing to do with you, the premium card holder, and they bring 2 guests with them, it's still gonna be free and they're still gonna have access to the global lounges everywhere else in the world where Capital One has access to the global lounges. Now, if you put that in perspective, if you can have 4 additional users, and each users can bring 2 guests for free beside yourself. That brings a total of 12 people that can travel using the Capital One ventureX and have access to the global lounges without having to pay a single dime. And if you were to add yourself plus 2 more guests that you can bring, that's 14 total people that can travel together and have access to global lounges without having to pay a single fee. And that, my friend, not even American Express, not even the Chase Sapphire Reserve offer this deal. Clearly, the winner here again. Number 4, point you earn. Capital One ventureX lets you earn 10x on hotel and rental car and 5x points on all flights that you book through the Capital One ventureX travel portal. And get this, when you rent a car with Hertz Rent a Car with your Capital One ventureX card, you automatically get President Circle status versus American Express, you only get to have the gold status. An additional 5x on all travels booked through the American Express portal and 1x point on every other purchases. And for the Chase Sapphire Reserve, you earn 10x on rentals and hotel, and then 5x points on flight that you book through the Chase. However, the differences here is you only earn 1x points on any other purchases, but with the Capital One ventureX, you're always going to earn 2x points on every other purchases that are outside of hotel, rentals, or flight, which give you the upper end, even though you still get some multipliers on the American Express and the Chase Sapphire Reserve, but the Capital One ventureX give you 2x points on every other purchases, which still beats both the Amex and the Chase Sapphire Reserve. Now, talking about the travel portal, well, we all know the best way to get the most value out of your point is to transfer them to a transfer partner. But if I were to give a comparison between the travel portals of the Capital One ventureX and an American Express and the Chase Ultimate travel platform, the Capital One ventureX platform for travel, it's actually easier to use, and it's got one additional perk, which is they will price much if you do actually find a deal outside of their portal. So let's say today I go out there and I find a deal on Kayak that's much better, or Priceline, whatever the case may be, Google, I find a better deal out there and I come back and the price is much higher on the portal. Guess what I can do? I can actually price much by actually showing where I'm getting a better deal, and they give me the credit back. This is a perk that the other platform or the other travel platform do not have, and this put the Capital One ventureX at the forefront of the premium travel credit card with this particular perk. To expand their ecosystem, Capital One just announced acquiring in an all-stock merger deal with Discover, which is another lender that offers great credit card, especially for beginners, such as the Discover Edge secured credit card, which is one of the cards that I started with, and other travel credit card. And that will bring a much bigger expansion to where Capital One is going. This shows just how much it's actually growing. So to recap, the Capital One ventureX is not really an easy card to get, even though I show you exactly in almost all these other categories, 6 of them, and the Capital One came out to be at the top, at least at the time of the recording of this video. And right now, still February of 2024, the ventureX is putting itself at the forefront of the best premium travel credit card, and you get the best value out of it. And just like you can see here on the screen, the annual fee of $395, your statement credit that you get $300 by just booking your travel through their travel portal, and you get $100 worth of points on every anniversary date. And if you take that amount and you subtract it to the annual fee of $395, you actually get $5 positive. So you get paid to get this card every single year, and you get some of the best deal you could possibly get in terms of premium travel credit card, and still worth it in 2024. Thank you guys. I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.